Hello.
Yeah, how you doing? Vince Vitrano here, along with Lance Allen. This is Green and Gold Live, and I'm just getting the Facebook page fired up here.
Yeah, get it fired up.
Come
on, Vinny. Fire it up. We got to get everybody fired up.
Get your comments in.
They beat the Bears again.
And questions this morning. Good morning, Lance. Nice to see you. Nice to see all of you with us. If you have a question that you'd like Lance to address or some other comment you want to stick out there for the Packers, please go ahead and leave that in the comments section. I'll try to get to as many of them as possible for the next several minutes. And I'll kick it off, Lance. I still own you. I still own you.
With maybe an expletive in there somewhere.
How about that?
That's something. So we all know that Aaron Rodgers is an elite level trash talker, and he is one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive guy in these parts, and especially in the Packers locker room. But he usually keeps it kind of to himself unless somebody like gets in a late shot, a cheap shot, or whatever. And I love his reaction. So he was all fired up. He talked earlier in the week, Vinny, about how Brett Favre taught him the importance of this rivalry and how you and I remember as Cub reporters, you look at the series rankings and you go, oh, my word, the Bears are like 15 games ahead of them, 20 games ahead of them, 10 games ahead of them, whatever it was.
2 decades of beating us.
Correct.
Right?
And all of a sudden, the Packers chip away. Well, especially, he starts with Brett and then goes to Aaron, chip away, chip away, chip away. Now the series is 102 wins for the Packers, 95 for the Bears, 6 ties. So they have come a long way. So Aaron Rodgers in the postgame, we're all in there in the room huddled up, and someone asked him, what possessed you to say, I still own you? And he said, well, I saw a woman in the crowd giving me the double bird, and I blacked out. And everybody started laughing. Now, whether that's
true, good moment.
Untrue, it's a funny moment. We've all had those moments, Vince.
I wonder, I mean, first of all, if that happened and there's a Bears fan, woman in like one of those first few rows doing that, that's delicious. I hope she was.
Yeah.
Because that's going back to kind of how the rivalry used to be. It used to be nasty. I mean, guys were nasty to each other on the field. I mean, and I'm talking about back in the day, like late hits and bad stuff and dirty play and
dumping McMahon on his shoulder.
You don't want all that stuff, but you want it to be a little bit nasty. So if that lady was out there with the double barrel, well, good for her.
What do we always say about, sports is entertainment? So think about it in a movie, Hollywood setting, I like pro wrestling, this, that, the other. Okay, you have to have either in your mind a good guy and a bad guy, or you have to have some type of rivalry where both teams have a legitimate shot at maybe winning or getting over or something happens or whatever it is. And for a while, you kind of touched on it, Vince, it was like Packers beat the Bears, and nothing really happened. So it was just, it got to a certain point where people, and especially Packers fans, were kind of poking the bear, literally, and saying, is this a rivalry anymore? Well, this kind of stokes it back up a little more.
Fire them up.
People are fired up. Yeah.
I expect that this is the one thing, and then we can move on to actually talking about the game. But I do, where is the video of this lady and her double barrel?
I mean, there are have purposely looked for it.
803,000 cameras in Indiana, right?
And people with their phones up. And
where is this lady? I want the video. I want to see her. I want to meet her. And I want to hear from her.
That'd
be great.
And it's classic Chicago. I mean, we all know that a lot of times it's unfiltered. You will hear stuff you don't hear many other places. It's this, it's that, whatever. There was a little bit of something on the line because now the Packers have a 2-game advantage in the North, and you want to make sure that you are keeping the teams behind you in the division. So there was a little bit of something on the line, and it was an emotional touchdown. It was they were up 17-14, but it was essentially the game-sealing touchdown because with that Bears offense, there was no way they were coming back down 10.
All right, Lance Allen, Vince Vitrano here doing Green and Gold Live. If you have a question for Lance or comment you want to make about the game, leave it in the comment section here on Facebook. All right, let's go to the defense first. Looking increasingly like a MASH unit, Lance. We suffered even more injuries yesterday. The fact that we were able to do, granted, against a Bears offense that is not very good and a rookie quarterback who's very talented but is going to go through those growing pains. The fact that we held it together and did what we did on the defensive side of the ball is actually fairly impressive.
So teams always say we're not going to use injuries as an excuse, but it came out of Matt LaFleur's mouth yesterday in the postgame, and it came out of Aaron Rodgers' mouth in the postgame yesterday. And they are hurt. They basically said Aaron Rodgers threw bouquets at Rasul Douglas, a guy that I don't think most Packer fans even knew who he was, signed and then brought up to the active roster and put in the game and did a decent job, a good job. They are hurt. Preston Smith went out of that game. Darnell Savage had a concussion. And Matt LaFleur, I thought it was an honest admission that when Kenny Clark went down early in the game, his comment was, my heart or my stomach sunk, because that guy, we're used to Kenny Clark playing really well in December and January. This year, Vinny, he's cranked it up, and he's played really well early in the season, which is not as common for him. First 6 weeks of the year, he has looked like the guy that you pay big money to, because they don't, as Ron Wolf once said, they only make so many athletic big men like that on this earth.
Well,
and
he proved himself late in that game.
Oh, my word. He's all over the place, pushing the pocket. So when he went down for a few plays, Matt LaFleur got concerned, because then arguably they would be without their most talented player at every level if Kenny Clark went out. Kenny Clark is the most talented on the first wave, defensive line. You've got Zadarius Smith, arguably their most talented on the second line wave. And then third, you don't have Jair Alexander, and you have no idea when he's coming back. Right. At least publicly, they haven't said when he's coming back. Now, the only positive we heard out of this game afterward is Aaron Rodgers let it slip a little bit that David Bakhtiari is going to start practicing this week. So no timetable as of yet that's been announced, but at least that's out there. The other negative, though, to go back to the negative, is Josh Myers. When Matt LaFleur was asked about him, he basically said, well, I don't know if he's out for the year, but he didn't sound very optimistic about the knee injury either. So it's going to be a while on him as well.
Getting a few comments here. Chrissy just said he didn't black out. That's just what he was saying.
I tend to agree with Is Chrissy? Is that what it is?
Yeah, love our quarterback and team. No. Ginger, I love it. Sometimes when you poke the beast, it pokes you back. Way to go, Aaron.
Yep.
And
no, but I agree with Chrissy. I want to comment on that, Vinny, because I do agree with that Aaron Rodgers, there's some people who, and we all are around him, Vince, every once in a while, they say stuff they either don't mean or they just throw stuff out there. Aaron Rodgers is so intellectual and so cool and calculated. Yes, anybody can lose their temper and their mouth in the heat of a moment, but he knows for the most part what he's saying and what he's doing, and I like the fact that he knew that they weren't coming back from that. So that's what he said.
All right, let's go to the offensive side of the ball then. Rodgers' performance, threw for 2 touchdowns, ran for that third with a little something on it, even a few juke moves in that fairly lengthy run. That wasn't a 2-yard scamper. But your overall assessment of how Aaron played and how he's getting in rhythm with this offense.
You know what's, to me, it's encouraging, Vince, because Aaron Rodgers does not have to throw for 300, 350 yards every single game in order for them to win and win convincingly. It seemed like for a while there that it was all on Aaron Rodgers. He had to wing the ball all over the place. But now you've got Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon doing what they're doing. Aaron Jones, another 100-plus yard rushing day. A.J. Dillon, kind of your hammer back that's going to be really good in November when the weather gets bad, in December and January. I like what they have going there.
And you don't have to ride either of those ponies to the point of exhaustion. No. So when you're at week 13, 14, 15, they're done.
Yeah. So the thing is, and dare I make the comparison, but I'll go there, as quarterbacks get older, John Elway was almost the same age when all of a sudden Terrell Davis stepped onto the scene, and Elway was still really, really good.
Salute.
Yeah, the salute guy. He was still really, really good, but you had Davis and you had other parts around you. Same thing. Aaron Rodgers is almost the same age, and I know it's a painful memory for Packers fans, but John Elway, the reason why he won that Super Bowl is he had more parts and more stuff around him. Same thing with the Packers. If the defense, the concern with the defense right now is anytime the opposing team gets in the red zone, they score a touchdown.
Every time.
Every time.
That's impossible.
But, and I know the Bears are not a juggernaut, but after that opening drive touchdown, they did not do a lot over that entire game. So I do think with a patchwork defense, they have improved. They are better. They got to get better in that aspect. But I do think that now the Packers offense is far more balanced, and it has multiple ways that it can beat you. The once again negative, if we want to focus on that after 6 weeks, is so much of it is predicated on Davante Adams, and rightfully so. He's the best, if not one of the best receivers in the league. But you got to have somebody else. We saw a little bit of Allen Lazard yesterday, saw a little bit of some other stuff, but they got to have the tight ends and another receiver kind of step up on a more regular basis.
You made me remember a comment that you made in your reporting from down there that we were running this morning on the morning show about the length of the Packers' scoring drives. Best defense being a good offense. They can get in rhythm and go on these long drives and possess the ball for a long time. And they always say time of possession is the most meaningless stat. But it applies in this case if you're keeping the other team's offense off the field and you're keeping that ball for these long drives. That's going to help the Packers and their defensive woes.
It means something when you're wearing out the other defense, or if the other team has an offense where you want to play keep away, and the Bears are not in that category,
right.
but you want to and sustain drives. If the Bears have a top 5 defense in the NFL, they're currently ranked 8th yardage-wise, but top 5, let's say for argument's sake, that I think I mentioned, Vinny, a 90-yard scoring drive, an 80-yard scoring drive, 75-yard scoring drive, and 2 of those drives were double-digit plays. Mm-hmm. So, right. You're right. You're possessing ball. And to me, that shows that, hey, Bears, we respect your defense, but we don't fear your defense. Mm-hmm. And we're still going to go down the field and get our scores. And that's impressive to me that they had 3 significant long drives, scoring drives, touchdown drives to get that done.
Chrissy also adding, giving Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary some praise for doing amazing sacks. Lori didn't like the Rodgers comment, calling him a narcissist and a jerk.
Yeah, some people are on that train too. I have heard a little bit of that as well.
Looking at the Packers, it's all good when you're winning, right? Yeah. Everybody, we're all happy with Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody's happy. Everything's good. You can feel fat and sassy. So 5 wins in a row. But and Rashawn Gary has been kind of an undersung hero so far, because with the injury to Zarius Smith, they kept saying like, hey, it's Rashawn Gary's time. Rashawn Gary's going to emerge. He has quietly put together a pretty good season so far, Vince. So, yeah, so far the fruits are showing of that.
Comments or questions, leave them in the comment section here, and we'll get to as many more of them as we can. In terms of the Packers and their offense, the other thing that I liked from Matt LaFleur from a coaching and play calling standpoint was when that rush was getting to Rodgers early, and it was, and there were holes in that, he did what he did the week before, is started calling more plays that are designed rollouts for Rodgers. Yeah. He loves to throw on the run anyway. Let's just call it that way instead of having it be a jailbreak. Let him start off rolling to his right in particular, where he's really strong.
Yeah, and I like that they did adjust, and they did adjust well, because there was a time there where you thought, oh man, like Aaron Rodgers is going to get sacked like 8 times in this game. It felt like it was heading that direction, and somehow they adjusted and cut that part of it off. What they need to do is, whether it's Robert Tonyan or Allen Lazard, you saw, Vince, some of those passes that just didn't connect.
Yeah.
You've got to have, and I'll be interested to hear what Matt LaFleur says later today. For the guys who, when you know that Aaron Rodgers is in duress, you've got to break your route off earlier and just have those guys be a little more on the same page. Like, okay, instead of going for the 15-yard, we got to go for the 8-yard. Okay, I'm going to quick cut off my route and be ready, because Aaron's going to need me to throw it to me, or I need to be in a better position to make a play, to make the catch. That, to me, is something that needs to be worked on.
Well, a lot of guys are great pocket passers. I mean, Tom Brady's a perfect example of a guy who can find the open receiver and hit him, and Brady's intangibles are what makes him amazing. But for a guy like Aaron Rodgers, what makes him amazing is his ability to improvise, but that's a two-way street, as you indicate. That's why he likes to bring back a guy like a Randall Cobb, like who can do one of these, like, yeah, we're doing the thing. Yeah, okay, cool. And he knows where Cobb's going to be, and Cobb knows where he needs to be. Same thing with Adams. It's like he doesn't quite have that relationship with the other fellas.
Has that chemistry, has that relationship as well. And then if I can break it off into special teams, we don't have to worry about Mason Crosby. He bounced back. He did okay.
How'd that go okay?
He went, and then how about Corey Bajorquez uncorking the 82-yard punt? I mean, it did go into the end zone, but you don't expect an 82-yard punt, so 62 net. Guy's got a cannon for a leg.
And that's important. Like, you can flip the field on that, and you do not want your punter to be, at the very least, you don't want your punter to be a liability. Yeah. That was at worst even up trade. I think we actually probably did better there.
It seems like it's a little bit better. Yeah, like, no offense.
Not trade, but pick him up.
Yeah, no offense to J.K. Scott, but it seemed like, okay, sometimes the hang time was there.
Yeah,
sometimes
a little more consistency here.
Yeah, sometimes it was a little bit of a shank, off to the side, this, that, whatever. It just seems like it's a little more consistent. Yes, I would agree.
Any other questions or comments? So leave them in the section here, and we're getting close to end. So if you want to get something in, go ahead and get that in. All right.
50s jerseys this week. Washington football team.
Again with the throwbacks.
I
these are good ones, though. These are good ones, though. Of the right, these are the largely green and
with the yellow. And the funny thing is, Vince, and you and I know this a little bit, is
I just like football. You guys are wearing.
The 50s were probably one of the worst eras of Packers football, and so they were always reluctant to go back to that as the throwback, because it's like, oh yeah, we're going to throw it back to the era where we had like a 1-win season, like the worst season in Packers history and all that stuff before Lombardi. Lombardi came in the late 50s, so most of the decade was not good. But I do think that these ones are a little bit better, and it's all about selling the merch. Like the blue ones with the circle and the number, whatever, they never sold that well. That's why they didn't wear them that much, whatever. You get a 3-year window, whatever. These ones I think are at least acceptable.
All right, and in terms of what's happening on the field, we have the Washington football team coming in. Not a very good football team. Should beat them. Classic trap game, though, because you're rolling. You just had an arch rival. You get them at home, and you figure, all right, these guys are a pushover, and then we move on. Can't be in that mindset. You know the coaching staff is going to focus on that this week.
So you said it well, because I do think they beat Washington, and it will be a victory. But on the flip side, you've got Arizona on a short week, and we all know what they're doing right now. Yeah. They're still rolling. J.J. Watt and company, you know, undefeated, all that good fun stuff. And eventually you've got Seattle down the road. You got L.A. down the. I mean, you got a pretty stacked schedule beyond this game. So yes, trap game, it could be categorized as that.
All right. Well, hopefully we're talking about a Packers win next week at this time. For Lance Allen, I'm Vince Vitrano. This has been Green and Gold Live. Appreciate you being with us today.